Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you for all to give me this great opportunity to introduce my use case, the sustainability hub using the no-code, low-code technology, and how with this tool embeds sustainability knowledge in any organization and to all. So I will share, and uh, please let me know when you can see it. Now,
Yes, we can see the content. Thank you so much, Sam.
great. So I will start by introducing myself. My name is Essam Shaaban, and I'm 29 years old. I'm from Egypt. I'm a Power Platform guy, and I have 5 years of experience doing Power Platform solutions. And I came across from a quality control uh, background, but I changed my career 5 years ago, starting using Power BI, and finally now I am Microsoft certified with two certificates from Microsoft related to the Power Platform. And uh, we need to start from this page. So can you see my screen? Yes.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay. So second one, I will introduce a sustainability hub app developed using Power Platform, Power Apps Canvas. And the purpose of this app is embedding the sustainability knowledge to
Hello?
all.
Sorry, Sam. I think at my end too, I can't see it. Somebody to mention it right now on the call that he can as well see. Can
Oh,
you please
really?
reshare? Yes, yes. Okay, I think we are several. Kindly reshare your screen.
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Can you see it now?
Awesome. It's good at my end.
Right. Good. So I will start with the app demo. So this is a sustainability hub app developed using Power Apps Canvas, and this app created to embed the sustainability knowledge if anyone need to use it in his organization. And let's go for the demo. Can you see it now?
We see the Power Platform. Sorry, we see the PowerPoint slide.
Okay, give me a second.
You probably just need to go to the Chrome at the bottom. Okay.
Okay, that's it now. Can you see it?
Yes, now we can see the Power Platform. Yes.
Great. So this is the homepage of the app. I developed it using a gallery with 5 buttons, and this gallery connected to a SharePoint list for a better UI and UX. So from these 5 buttons, you can navigate to a path related to the sustainability. And another thing in the homepage, in the upper left corner, you will notice here, I'm tracking the score of the user because it was a question from a user that how we can encourage people or users to open the app, and how we can increase the sustainability hub utilization. So I started to build the solution by using a score like a number while the user opens the app, and I used the onStart property to record the user details and capture his utilization. I will show you the formula behind this. So from the onStart property, if you can see this from here, the app patch the user information, and from this page, I used the score. I will show you the SharePoint list behind this one.
Tom, sorry for interruption, but do you mind if you actually, before we go deep into the code, let's actually just play the app and see the app working with the different functionalities?
Yes, sure, sure. So I will start with the first button. I need to ask a question before going to the first button. Anyone know how many goals the United Nations are following for the Development Sustainability Plan?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's
I
start with
don't as well.
17.
it's a 17, yes. So let's start with the first button. It's the 17th goals related to the United Nations Sustainability Plan. So from this page, you will notice a gallery also connected to a SharePoint list. I use the transparent function to show something like a tooltip when you hover over any button here from in the gallery. And from this button, you will navigate to, for example, it's a no poverty goal. I use the scrollable page, and from this page, you will see all details related to the no poverty and related to the goal itself with image and all details, targets linked to the environment, and a complete report related to the goal itself. So you can access any goal from this gallery. So backing again to the home page, there is another button for be a sustainability champion. When you press on this button, you can see sustainability stories, and if you need to if you have a sustainability story and you need to put it in this page as a sustainability story from you, you will be able to fill this form and using a submit button. And for short stories, I use the max length for 250 length only. So you need to write your story, use a submit button, and it will be submitted here. I used also the like button if you need to like this story, and the app will record who liked this story, and it will appear with your photo right here. If you have a cool carbon or a cool sustainability idea, you will be able to use this form to submit your idea related to the sustainability, and this like something capturing all the ideas related to the sustainability to be recorded in a SharePoint list. Backing again to the last thing, it's the sustainability champions. I showed to you the sustainability score for each user, which I connected it to a SharePoint list, and I used this data to to present the three highest scores as a sustainability champions to encourage people to let the people and the user use the app as much as possible. It's something like a recognition way. So clicking again to the home page, the share button is the most cool one. And when you press on this button, you will find two buttons related, one related to the paper saving calculator and the other one related to the personal carbon footprint calculator. Let's try the first one. If you need to calculate the environment saving, if you save a number of papers from printing, for example. So let's try a number on this field. For example, it's 4 million, and you can choose between it's A4 or A3 paper. And once you press on the paper type, you will see the calculate button, and once you press on the calculate button, it will calculate the environment saving for you. For example, the tree saved from the 4 million sheets of paper, it's 480 trees. And this is the water, the wastewater saved, GHG emissions, electricity saved, and that's all for this one. And if it was a A3 type, you can choose this also and use the calculation. If you need to clear all these variables, you can use this clear button. And backing to the cool one, it's a personal carbon footprint calculator. I uh, I use some equations related to the environment to calculate the personal carbon footprint according to 10 questions. You need to fill all these questions and press on the calculate button, and the app will calculate the personal carbon footprint for you. So let's give it a try. For example, I will put a custom numbers. So starting for this one, it's electricity consumption. I'm adding custom numbers to let's app calculate the personal carbon footprint for me. So this is the public transportation usage, maybe this one, and for the air travel, can make it this one. And if you can see, it's I use the function to let you know how many label still need your uh, reaction here. So I have one label. So when you press on this, it's household size, the number of people in your home. So I press it two. So let's calculate and have fun with the app. So once you press on this, the app will calculate how many tons related to your personal carbon footprint. You will see here it's the average carbon footprint per person is 7 tons CO2 per year. It's the average number. So I used a function with the ChatGPT. I connected the ChatGPT using the Power Automate flow to give us the recommendations if the number of my personal carbon footprint is higher than 7. The ChatGPT will give us a recommendation based on my personal carbon footprint. So if you can see here, the ChatGPT recommendation based on the 10 question right here will be appeared for you in case of your emission is higher than 7 tons CO2 per year. And if you need to clear all this number, you can press on this button and everything will be clear for you. Backing again to, I'd like to win a prize. It's something like I need to increase the knowledge of the sustainability. So we are using a quizzes on the app. So this is a pop-up message to let the user know we are using or refresh this question on the monthly basis, and if he answers these questions, he will be rewarded with the reward according to his score and the correct uh, answers. So you will find three questions or whatever it will be according to a SharePoint list. You need to answer all these questions, and once you complete it, press on the submit button. You will receive a pop-up message, and you will see your answers, it's correct or false, and you will be able to see the correct answers for the three questions. If you notice here also, I make like a data validation using the if function here. If the user submits this form before or this question before, he will not be able to submit it again uh, till the next month. So this button also is visible for me only because I usually sending some questions or some quizzes using the adaptive cards on Teams for all using the same SharePoint list of the users that we are using for uh, the app targets. So once you press on this button, you will receive a pop-up message that quizzes flow invoked, and a question will receive here using an adaptive card. So the question will be here, and it will be a choice one. You need to answer this question according to your knowledge, and if you need to write any comment, you can do it here. And once you finish, press on the submit button. So I used another flow because you will receive your response was sent to the app, but I created another flow to change the edit mode of the adaptive card to make it disabled in this way and give him a message that the UN team will be in touch with you if you are selected to receive a prize. So backing again to the app, the last button is learning resources, and I developed this page like a web page. It's it's something like a learning resources contains more details about anything related to the learning. So if you notice here, you will be able to see some new modern controls. It's the URL one. If you press on this uh, one, you will be navigated to a home page. It's something like developing a canvas page, like a web page, without need another or a second resource. So you have two options, and this another option to use a link to navigate to another page in the same app. For example, this one, you will be also navigated to the sustainability resources. This is a 170 actions to transform our world. It's a PDF one, and they can choose from a gallery to change between PDF files. So backing again, it's a scrollable page. This is the learning resources, and I used a gallery to present these resources. And at the end, I created it like a web page, and you can use any button from here, and it will be navigate you to another page related to the global climate change. That's all for the Sustainability Hub app. And please let me know if you have any question or feedback related to this app, and if you need to see any function behind uh, any uh, any action in the Sustainability Hub app.
Hello?
Hello, I
Hello?
can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Superb app. Just a quick question before we even enter the coding. I've seen at some point you use the GPT. Are you working with the API from ChatGPT inside Flow?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Okay, I think at some point you were you were demoing some part you were using. I think is it GPT, Chat GPT, to
Yeah,
bring back
GPT.
some
Yes.
information. Yeah, I
Yes.
wanted to know. You used Flow with the Chat GPT. Is it possible we can see something maybe running it? Is it possible to also run it straight from Power Apps, or in this scenario is particularly Microsoft Flow?
It's a Power Automate flow.
Okay.
Yes, I will see you how I did this one. So can you see my screen? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the formula behind this one I used. So let me show it to you. So I'm using the f function because the average number is 7. So what if my emission is higher than 7? I used the function to run a Power Automate flow, and this is the content that will be added to the chat GPT to answer my question and back again with the response to the app. So I used one text label to put all these information to the chat GPT and back again with the information to the app using a variable to record the chat GPT respond on it. And for the flow, so I used the trigger of the flow. It's the Power Apps V2. So, and this is the input of the Power App, like I showed to you, this one. So I used each field from the 10 question and the answers also to be inserted on the chat GPT from this flow. And I used the HTTP to send the Power App information with the 10 questions and answers and backing again to the app using the response to app. And I use per JSON to shape the response for me using the compose to capture the body from the pair JSON and another compose to replace some to reshape the output from the body. I hope I can answer I answered your
You did.
message.
Very, very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. So I understand, just a follow up, I understand that at the beginning, you set some condition based on the answer that will come out of the calculation, and you have some pre-recorded tests that you have that will send to ChatGPT, and based on that, ChatGPT gives you a response that is sent through flow and back to the Power Apps for display. That's
Yes.
really, really impressive. Really impressive. Nice one there.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, please?
Yeah, I will have a question here. So talking about chat GPT and also knowing that now we have the Copilot component that we can add to the Canvas app. And I'm not sure if there is a possibility at this time to add the or to use the functionality of the chatbot in this app. So, like, do you see any use case to use the chatbot, for example, by training the chatbot to answer certain kind of questions, and maybe link the chatbot actually to a database of information or a knowledge base of information that can be utilized here? That will be great, something great actually to explore. I would be personally interested to see if that's something that can be done.
Yes, it's. I think you are reading my my thoughts because I thought about adding a chatbot, a PVA, in the Sustainability Hub app. I was tracking the the update from Microsoft to add a new function to the BPA by capturing the information or the data from a link. And I was thinking using, for example, NASA or United Nations link to be connected to the chatbot, and whenever the user will ask a question to the chatbot, the answer will be received from the NASA or the United Nations information uh, uh, based on his question. I believe that this update will be soon, as I saw this before from the release plan, and I'm waiting for this. So it's a very, very cool idea to add a PVA tool in a Power Apps app. And whenever the user will ask a question, the response or the answer will be captured from a web page. It will be a different way.
Yeah, I have a different way in mind, and I can share it with you just to give you another opportunity. So we know that the copilot is here, so you can definitely use the copilot to ask questions related to the data that you have in the app. So let's say that we have a table that has also this data from the United Nations website. You can actually build the Power Automate that is scheduled maybe for every month or something to go ahead and scrub, the website and get the up to date information from there. I haven't done any kind of like work using Power Automate to really get some kind of data from a website. But this is just if, and I think it's probably going to be doable. So it's to go to that website, get the information. It's the public information. Get the information and then host this information accordingly in your a table in Dataverse, for example, and then use that Dataverse table with the Copilot component to basically answer the question based on the data that you have already. And this is just maybe one way to do this as well.
Yes, it will be a cool way, and I will try this. But I didn't have, I don't have the Copilot at the moment. Maybe it will be soon.
Oh,
So I will remember this tip, and I will try to use it to increase the functionality of the Sustainability Hub. It's a very cool idea.
that's great. That is awesome. Yeah. So, Visser, you have a question? Go ahead.
Not really a question. It's just a follow up to what you said. I think it's a nice idea. You can easily scrub information from the website. I'm sure once you are using, you have a recurrence trigger, and you add it to a robotic process automation flow. You can easily scrub the website and bring back the information that you want. I think that's a very nice angle you brought in there,
So,
Ahmed.
so
And
Visser,
yeah,
you are
I
you are
wanted
saying
to
it.
add this. Yeah, come
Yeah,
in, come in.
you are saying it's easily to scrub a website. So I'm interested in a video by Sylvester, guys, to show us how we can scrub a website. I'm interested to have this, Sylvester. I put you in the spot.
No problem, no problem, no problem. We can do that. Okay, and the second side is I was thinking with what you've done on the ChatGPT, it just gave me an idea to do maybe a custom connector if there's none yet. I'll do a custom connector with the ChatGPT so that I don't need to, sometimes calling a flow. For me, I feel calling those services sometimes is not very efficient for me whenever we are using it in a high availability environment where people request a lot of things. That means there will be a lot of flow running concurrently and all that. It's just my thinking. So I try to create custom connectors for some such things. Maybe it's a good idea to also try and create a custom connector for the chat GPT where you can easily consume. You call the method right in Power Apps, then you have it and you just pass in the value for it to to do the magic for you. Is I will try it myself because I think is a really great idea.
Yes, great. And I can remember that I created a custom connector for the Chat GPT, and it's really working in the same way that you mentioned. and it would be a short way and a better way to get any response from the chat GPT. Yes, that's right. I think you're mute, Ahmed.
Mute. So Eric, before you ask a question, I'm gonna put another person on the spot here. It's Assam. So Assam said that he actually tested custom connector with ChatGPT, and I know maybe there is a content here because, but now we know kind of like the scenario and we know the use case. We would love Assam to make a video about making a custom connector with ChatGPT for this purpose. So whenever you do that, just make sure that you make this in a video and or a blog or something and share it with us. That would be amazing.
Sure.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, Ahmed.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So there is an existing a custom connector with ChatGPT. I think it was demoed on one of the Power platforms. So I'll check out and maybe I'll send it to you so that you can include it. Then on scraping the website, you can also use Power Query. That is using data flow inside Dataverse. So when you use the Power Query approach, which is connected to the data flow in Dataverse, you can as well also scrap the information from the website and then connect it to your Dataverse inside your Power Apps. That is a contribution I wanted to make. But Essam, you have done a very, very good job. And this is really amazing, and it's a lot of work that has gone into it. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much, Eric. Yeah, this is great testimony from Eric.
Yes.
That's something that definitely I like this. But thanks so much, Eric, for the um, testimony. That's perfect. So everyone is asking. Sam is the MVP people here, right? So we need
Yes.
other people to ask questions too, so he doesn't feel like he is in a in a heated plate right here. So any other people has questions here? Ask questions even if it's in regard just the Power app in general, Canvas app. If you see a function that has been done here and you want to see the back end code and you want Sam or us to explain it to you how this code works and or a specific just Power FX function that you would like to learn about, feel free actually to go ahead and ask the question.
I think Chesco has a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesco.
Chesco. I think his attention is diverted on the other call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, if no questions in regard to the topic was discussed today and the app was demo today, we will open now. We have like around 20 minutes or 24 minutes, I would say, uh, for the session. Anyone has any question in regard to Power Platform? Anything related to Power Platform in general? Feel free, go ahead and ask that question as well.
I wanted to throw an idea here. Is it possible some kind of this kind of app we can mimic something like this on Power Pages? Could be a great idea.
Yeah, that would be
What do you
awesome.
guys think? Yeah.
I would think I'm not sure if the haven't. That's a Tisco question. Tisco, can we embed Power Apps inside Power Pages as we do with the model driven app at this time?
Let me quickly ping him.
Yeah. So if I guess with the availability, it's gonna be a more kind of a pro code. It's not if it's not doable through a Canvas app that will be or can be embedded inside a Power Page. I think it's definitely it's going to be doable there, and you will just have to do some kind of CSS, not CSS, a small kind of like JavaScripts and things to do like these different kind of calculations. Um, but yeah, that's I think this is a great idea uh, to have it there and even have it as a template, to be honest, because it's a practice that can be followed by a lot of people, and that will be actually a great idea to have this. We have a question for Favor. Go ahead and yeah, speak to us.
Okay, so as someone new to the field, okay, I'm curious, how do I go about learning the Power FX formulas? Because that
Okay.
was a big challenge when I was doing the 12-week course. I would like
Yes.
to know if there is a platform where I can go to get familiar with at least the basic formulas and how to build upon those as I go along. Thank you.
That's perfect. Yes. So definitely it's the Microsoft documentation for the Power FX references. So if you go, and I actually can go ahead and just share the link with you as well. And I will try to explain how we can, how you can get through these formulas and learn them. But the great thing about the documentation that Microsoft have for the Power Apps is actually every formula, almost every formula or every function, uh, they give you like the description and they give you also an example of that formula, how it can be used. So let me go ahead and get the documentation first and then, okay, so and we are talking about Power FX. Okay, so it's right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and share this link with you. Perfect. So this is the it's obviously in the learn.microsoft.com, and it's talking about just the Power FX. And let me go ahead and share my screen, and then I can probably give an example here. Screen window. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, can you see my screen? Do you see the Power FX, or you see something different?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, probably it's something different. Okay, screen two, I guess. Nope. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna Microsoft and entire screen. All right. And let me know if you can see my screen now. It's probably gonna be in Microsoft Teams. Can you?
Not yet.
Uh-huh. Not yet. Okay. For some reason, share.
Ahmed, I think when we are done, there's a question about this certification. So maybe right after we are done with this, somebody is asking, I think Shashin or
Sure.
Shahid, sorry, yeah, about the certification. So maybe we can also talk about it. PL100 and PL200.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Ah, for some reason I cannot share. I don't know why it's not showing. Uh, so I will just try one more time and see if I can share the screen this time. I think it's just probably Microsoft Team. I need to get out. Okay, hold on. I have it here. Okay, you can see
You
my
got it?
screen now.
Yeah, he's sharing.
All
Good,
right,
good.
perfect, perfect. So
Yes.
this is the page for this, and this is outside the Power Apps documentation. This is specifically for the Microsoft Power FX overview. And obviously here, one of the most important things is If you go through like each one of these, you will actually find different topics with a lot of information. Get started with formulas, for example, in the and this is the Power FX formulas. But what is really amazing about this is actually the formula reference, as you can see here. So in the link I sent, you can go to the bottom and you see the formula reference. And here you have every single formula function that we actually have. We call all these functions. So every single function that we use alphabetically, it's actually in this page. Like for example, if you want to see what a second function does, right? So it give you like a return individual components of a day and time value. It has the description, and the perfect things is also has the syntax, how you use it, and then it will also give you an example. So this is the best place where you can actually go and learn about these formulas. The best way to learn, I would say, is just play with it in an app. So let's just go alphabetically from the up and down, like starting by apps function, what apps does, and then acceleration function, echoes, and all these mathematical options. You have the app function, you have as type out. So just go by function and function, read through the descriptions and test them in the app. That will give you enough knowledge for you to really understand, what are these functions. So when you come in a use case, you would basically remember that there is a function that can do this in the Power App, Power FX. I hope that answered the question. Yeah, go ahead, Eric. Oh, was Eric or Sylvester? Okay, depends.
Yeah, I think it's me. Somebody, I think, yeah, somebody just asked a question. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name well. Stella Atala, Shaheen Atala. I
Shaheen
think,
family.
yeah, yeah. You want, I don't know if you say you're a guy. Want to know which certificate do we recommend? Is it PL100 or PL200? I just started by, asking him or her if he or she has a certification path he or she is on, and if he's just started. I think for starters, let me just drop a pitch before maybe you can pick on Ahmed. Mostly the PL200 is a base certificate, so it's just like a foundation. There's a lot of certificate that are attached to it for you to achieve a particular how do I say is the base for the certification path. So when maybe you want to achieve something like associate power platform associate, or you want to achieve something like solution expert, you need to start with PL200, which is the base certification, and it spans around Power Apps, Power Platform as a whole, and you also have Dynamic 365. And I think PL100 is just for app makers, so it's just a standalone. It doesn't really give you a particular track that you can follow and complete something. But I think with PL200 is a good start. I don't know if Ahmed, you have something to add.
Oh yeah, definitely. So usually also as exactly what you said, Sylvester, is actually what you want to be, because I have some people in the Power Up program that they are leaning toward management position, or maybe they already manage management positions, and they just wanted to learn the technology and see how they can utilize it in projects that they manage. In that case, I told them, like, obviously the functional consultant is definitely number one certificate. And then I guess one easy one for you as a project manager who gonna manage Power Apps applications is the solution architects, and this is the PL600. So it really depends. If you're gonna be 100% developer, then yeah, you will go with developer, app maker, developer, and then developer associate, that route. But if you're gonna be in, the sale, for example, your company will provide services that comes to develop application using Power Apps or something. Then functional consultant is also one thing, because you will understand all the spectrum of Power Apps and the components and what they can do and what they can achieve, and the goals behind this technology.
Awesome, awesome, Ahmed. And to just add a little bit to that, um, Yeah, I think the best for you to start with is the P. Maybe if you don't want to start with the fundamentals, you can do the next one you should do is the PL200. And that gives you the base to be able to achieve architect associate, or maybe solution expert. But the PL 600, which is for the architect, if you are starting, I would not really advise you at this point, because it entails a lot, and you need a lot of experience building system. I mean by system solution on Power Platform, not just Power Apps as we know, but you need to have a lot of intensive knowledge about Dataverse, and you have to play around Dynamics a lot to be able to achieve that, because it runs through all the spectrum. So yeah, the best idea is to start with PL200, and you can add a developer if you want. There are crazy codes there, JavaScript and all that. But once you are confident enough, you can do that. But for the architect, I will advise the PL600. I will advise that you play a little more with Dynamics. You understand Dataverse very well before you take that exam. Okay, Ahmed, I think there's another one from Sony. Which is more desirable to employers, PL100 or 200 for someone changing careers?
Yeah. Which one is the consultant here? Is the
The
or
consultant
200.
PL
is the 200.
the
200.
200?
PL
And what?
100 is app maker associate.
Yeah, the associate definitely. It's actually the one that is going to be more uh, because I remember that employers will actually go and check the certification if they don't know what does it really stand for. And if you go to check the certification of the associate developer, that's give you like more kind of the technical side of Power Apps, which is someone will be able to build stuff. Function consultant, definitely, it's more kind of, as I said, if it's someone either managing projects and they just need to understand the technology so they can lead their teams of developers. But for someone to develop uh, Power applications, Power Apps applications, then definitely it's going to be the PL100.
Very good. Eric, do you have something to add? Before Eric come in, I remember I put on some challenge. I think that was last year. Last year. I wanted to take all the exams within a month. I think I have some of those exams piling up, and I just decided to clear them. Chesco actually was giving me pressure back then. He has written the PL200, and I just have to make sure I have it ready to meet some of the my KPI for the year. And I've started with the PL200, and after I was PL100, and I did PL400 and PL600 all within a month. So it's all possible, but don't give yourself pressure. Uh, if you want to start with this journey, I would suggest that you start with PL900 for the fundamental. Then when you want to do something real, then PL200 is the go-to. And for those one that just want to, prove a point that, yeah, I'm good at making apps and stuff, you can go for the PL100. Yeah. Eric, do you have something to add?
Um, I just dropped a website where one of the MVPs also developed an app that's is what Ahmed actually said. But I just added another one. It's an app that has combined the Power FS. Yeah. For the certification, I just starting from the P900 is the base. So, and then maybe you can go to the 200.
Awesome. Awesome. Chesco, are you with us now?
Hi everyone.
Nice to hear
Sorry I'm
you.
late. Yeah, I just finished the French session and joining this one now. Uh, Sorry I couldn't join the conversation that was going on, and I'm just in now.
Okay, we were just talking about. I think there was some question on Power Page that we were looking at something, and we just, you are the Power Page expert here. So Ahmed was throwing a question, but maybe that will come later. We are just talking about certification. Do you have something to share? Uh, I think somebody asked a question about PL 100 or PL 200 for starters. So, what's your take on that, based on your own experience, and maybe if you want to give more insight on your journey to certifications?
Okay, for my journey to certification, I would say you start with PL 900. And with this exam, it's better you have an experience in working on the apps and co before you can know how to tackle these exams. If not, you start the exam and you'll be locked because the questions, some of them are more like practicals, what you've done before. So once you start exercising yourself and you face all those questions, it will be easier for you to understand them and then answer easily. So the best approach is start with 900 and take your time building apps, building solutions. And with that, from time to time, you start taking the exams according to their titles, like PL 200 for normal one, PL 400 for developers or Edison, yeah, developers, and PL 100 for app makers and co. So you need to know which one is okay for you, because if you jump straight to PL 600, I tell you, Sylvester can testify. I failed the PL 600 like something, and I have to back off and go and study and go and do have more experience in, because those are levels, and you should know your level before you go and tackle the exam. So starting with 900, and then you will see the rest coming one by one. Thank you.
Also, I think you speak from experience when you're saying that, because Chesco is somebody, the folk that has been working with Power Platform for a while, and he's not so much versed in dataverse yet, but he needed to take the exam to make sure that he completes his KPI. But unfortunately, some of the questions that comes out there are more practical. You need to use the environment and all that. And he tried it, and he's just to also share, gives an insight on how to prepare for those certification, for those exams. It's really important that you are experienced for some of them. You just don't start. So maybe for a starter, I would never suggest to somebody to start with PL, maybe PL 400 or maybe PL 600. Is difficult. So you need experience, and I think unanimously we are all gearing towards PL 900 for starters, just the fundamental. Then, if you really want to have a certification path, then it's better you go now for the PL 200, and you can decide to add either 400 or maybe 600. But as I said, the PL 100 is a standalone. So at any point of time, you can take it if you feel like, okay, I've been building apps for a while now. I'm more conversant with the environment. I know stuff. So you can have it. It's the citizen developer's little pride. Yeah. Back to you, Amit.
All right, so we are about 4 minutes from our time today to conclude this session. I would like to thank all of the people who attended the session today, and we will have the recording on live as well. So we will publish, the recording. So wait for that in case if you want to just take another look and have it in reference. I would love for people also, if you want to share your LinkedIn profile, or if Sam, please, you can actually put in the chat your LinkedIn profile so people can actually connect with you and maybe reach out if they have any uh, additional ideas or questions about the demo as well. Um,
Cool.
but thank you so much, Assam, for joining us today, and thank you for Tisco, Sylvester, Eric, for organizing and hosting Assam. It's actually a great to have new faces in the community that have built great stuff, and well, that's exactly what it's all about, to share that knowledge and ideas around the community. one announcement, and then I will leave it for Mr. Eric and Cisco if they want to close up with any words. The next month digestion will have Drew Dogeman. He's one of the MVPs, super user in the Microsoft Power Platform as well. And specifically, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, and it's going to help a lot of us, those who are moving from Dataverse, their data to the EDW and ADLS, and all this data factory stuff, right? Fancy how you build these connections, how you build reports off of the Azure Synapse. So he exactly going to talk about that, the integration between the Dataverse, the connection between the Dataverse and Azure Synapse. I would highly recommend this. Also you guys attend this, and we will soon send all this information out again to the people who are member of our group, user group. So if you are not member, and I believe if you registered through the, for this event through the user group, then you are a member. If you're not a member yet, so please go ahead and join us. And we are promising to have those events again monthly, and other maybe events as well in the future that can be very useful. I would thank everyone, and Sylvester, you have the mic, or Eric and Jessica.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. This is so great. Essam, thank you so much for your presentation. That's very great stuff over there. It gave me some idea. I think I'll have to do some few things. Since you gave the opportunity for Ahmed to put me on the spot, then I have to go back and prepare and come back. And it's really awesome to connect with you guys. This is some of the session I very much want to always be here, because there's a new edge that you see, there's new stuff that you see, there's new angle that people bring, and it opens your mind, and we all learn something new from this point. So I really much appreciate this, and thank you, Ahmed, for bringing Essam, and thank you everybody that participated in today. You guys are awesome. And the next session that we are having also is very, very awesome. We'll make sure, as Ahmed said, we'll put all the information out there for you guys for the sessions. And some of those people, some of you guys that are not yet on our user group, kindly do, so that we have much more numbers, so that we have more great content for you. So thank you so much. Thank everybody. I'm signing out.
Thank you. And I'd like to say thank you for this great opportunity and for inviting me to this awesome session to share my use case with all of you. A huge thank you from me, and looking forward to the next session.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, and happy Saturday and the rest of the weekend. And for those of you who are in the other time zone, which is still it's dark and ready to sleep, have a great night. And for those who are in our side of the world where the sun is still bright, have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll see you soon.